The rebound from this pandemic continues here in the Bay Area and across the nation. And today, as we continue to be with you every step of the way, making sure you have the resources you need to navigate through restarting your life, our focus turns to Black-owned businesses. And I turn things over and welcome in my colleague and co-anchor, Deiah Riley, to talk about a feature story that she ran on Good Morning Tampa Bay just a couple of days ago. Take a listen to this.
Kay's Kitchen bills itself as Tampa's only Chicago-style fried chicken and fish joint. It's Southern comfort food with a spicy Midwest twist. Chef Kay Lee cooks up everything herself.
My husband and I wanted to give Tampa a taste of home, so we started Kay's Kitchen. We have a blend of seasoning that we put on our chicken from home, and we have a Chicago-style mild sauce where we put it on our chicken, our fish, and our seafood.
The dining room is closed right now, but you can call in your order and pick it up at the window.
So we were having a conversation last week, and you said, I really want to come on the podcast, JT, and talk about Black-owned businesses during the pandemic. And then it was like you said that, and you ran the most delicious story I've ever seen on this restaurant right around the university area in Tampa. You had me sold before you showed me that, but then you showed me the package and the story you did, and I was like, okay, I'd love to talk about this. This would be great.
Well, let me tell you, the restaurant that I featured is called Kay's Kitchen. I posted this story last week on my Facebook page, and in less than 24 hours, it got more than 200 shares. I had just today, Senator Arthenia Joyner texted me during the 9 o'clock newscast and said, give me the address for Kay's Kitchen because I want to make sure that I go there. It's amazing. I think I've been there.
Well, at least 3 times.
Maybe 3 weekends in a row.
3 weekends in a row, at least 3 times. I think I've spoken with you each time you've been on your way to Kay's Kitchen. I thought it would be fun because we're going to start to talk about, you want to put an emphasis on Black-owned businesses and their situation with everything. So why not bring in, the legend herself, Kay Lee is with us today with Kay's Kitchen, and she joins us on the podcast.
It's so many people that have called me that when they get to the restaurant, that's all we hear. I saw you on ABC Action News. I saw you on ABC Action News. So it did work. It was a blessing. It really was.
Well, it worked because you had somebody like Deiah telling your story, number one, and number two, your food looked just unbelievably delicious in those pictures.
It is. Oh my! I'm telling you, I've been there 3 weekends straight. It's like, I hope it's low fat, Kay.
Now, let me tell you this, Deiah. A lot of people come and they always say, well, I don't want that thick batter on my chicken. I'm like, no, it's thinly battered. Some people say they don't want flour. They don't want the flour, too much flour. It's nothing like that. I had one girl come to
right. It's very light. It's very light.
Exactly. And she's like, I'm on a diet and I don't want batter on my chicken. I'm like, just try mine. She tried. She said, I didn't even gain a pound.
It is so good. What I did was
well, how about that?
And then the next day I cut the chicken up and put it on salads. It's that good.
That's great.
Oh, wow.
We're talking with Kay Lee from Kay's Kitchen, Deiah Riley with me as well. We're talking about Black-owned businesses during the pandemic. And Kay, and I know it hasn't been necessarily easy for you guys. You've had to work around some difficult parameters, yet your business is really, really hot. Tell us about how you've been able to work through all of the restrictions and everything that's been going on, and how you've rebounded and you're getting back here and getting back to business.
Yes. I say it's God's purpose because I just went back to what I knew. I was started out as a food truck. So all I knew was a pickup window. And then when someone from Tampa found me, he took me to a location, and that was just a pickup window as well. So when I got to 30th Street, it was like, okay, people get to come in, they get to enjoy the food, and so they get to dine in. Well, due to COVID-19, I had to shut the doors. So I put in a window. I just put in a window. Now I'm just a giant food truck with an awesome kitchen to accommodate it. I just don't have a dining area, and people are okay with that.
Isn't that interesting?
So I have.
Isn't that interesting? Little did you know it, but your humble beginnings have served you really well right now.
Yes, and I'm humble now. I'm so humble now.
Such a bright spot in the neighborhood, and we need more K's Kitchens. I mean, that's why it's so important to invest in Black businesses. Go spend your money in Black businesses, because when we build up Black businesses, we build up the community, and we
Yes,
all win. We all
yes.
win.
Yes, and I just when people come to my restaurant, whether they give me a good review or a bad review, they're never going. I try not to keep people going away feeling like if something wasn't right or the customer service wasn't right. But I want people to know that when you come to K's Kitchen, I know when you walk through that door, you either heard a review and people told you that my food was good. So if you come to K's Kitchen, when you open that door, you said you wanted some good fried chicken, and I try my best to give that to you. And in the event that it's not what didn't serve or something wasn't right, it's because I'm adjusting to new staff, new people, and allow me to make it right because I want to. That's what I would want. So that's what I give back. You came in for some good chicken, I'm trying to give it to you. If in the event that you didn't get it, please allow me to make it right, because I
Well,
will.
and that's a point I want to make too, because I'm sure even though Deiah see me from afar, she knows my waistline's gotten bigger during this whole quarantine thing we're going on. Because I try, yeah. I really have tried to do a lot of takeout and support local businesses, and I've got a bunch. I live in the Tampa Heights community, where I'm sure you're very familiar, Kay, and I try to support all the different restaurants around here every weekend, at least one. And so many are so great, but you go above and beyond. And again, it's that little extra touch that you give people that stays with people. And I've always been taught this as a son of a father who ran a retail business and a mother who's a consultant, has her own small business. It's those little touches. It's that little thing you can give people so that when they see your logo or pass by your place of business, in their mind, it evokes good feelings. They think good things, and they're more likely to come back. And I think that what you just said is just so crucial for every business owner to think about and to do. Bottom line, period.
Exactly. You have to humble yourself in order for people to be able to tell you negative things so that you can correct them. And a guy on Yelp, a Yelper, yeah, I was so happy. He had tears in my eyes. He came by the restaurant this weekend and he wrote a large, it was a very good review. And I wrote him back, and he said that I should teach a training on how restaurants should respond to, or how to respond to people's reviews. And I was like, wow, I should teach a class? Are you serious?
Kind of proving my point there, Hey.
Exactly.
Hey, by the way, I have to mention too, Yelp is doing such a good thing right now. Yelp is allowing businesses to identify themselves as Black owned, because there's so many people who want to support Black businesses. So Yelp has this function now that allows Black businesses to identify themselves. Also, there's a campaign called My Black Receipt. And so what you do is, when you visit a Black-owned business, you go to myblackreceipt.com, upload your receipt on that website, and the goal is to show $5 million in revenue by July 6th, I believe it is. So, that's a little thing that we can do, just to show, our support. And again, it's investing in our communities.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I've only been in Tampa for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I used to work at a corporate office over on Boy Scout, right in front of International Plaza on the 4th floor. Is it okay if I say the business?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
I used to work for Biospine Institute. I was their insurance coordinator.
Oh, wow. And so you left there, stepped out on faith, because you said your husband encouraged you to start K's Kitchen.
Yes, he encouraged me, and he stood behind me and let me walk out on faith. And I went and sat inside a food truck from sunup to sundown.
Wow.
Wow. Payoff.
It's definitely paid off. Kay Lee with K's Kitchen is joining us here on the Rebound podcast. And you're just, one example of hopefully so many that are able to do well here with some of the restrictions lifted. Fingers crossed it stays that way. Kay, is there anything, I'll give you the floor here. Anything you want to say to our viewing audience, our listening audience, about your experience here coming out of this pandemic and how you're getting by with you and your husband at the kitchen?
I would just want to say I appreciate everyone that does come out. We are so thankful that people do come out. I mean that they have patience, because one thing that I get highly stressed about is the fact that once I get on air and people put me on air, or I get a lot of attention, the weight increases. The wait time increases. So just be patient, because I'm trying to give. I'm not trying to rush out and give you your meal. I'm trying to make sure that you get quality food, just what you saw, so that I know that you come back. So if I give you that individualized attention to your food, I'm trying to come back. If I miss something, just come back again, because you might get that individual. You might even talk to me. I love to talk to my customers.
She does. She does. She walked out to my car to talk to my husband and me the first time we went there. Yeah. She and her husband. She and Alex.
See, the problem is I'd be the antsy guy behind Deiah, waiting and watching you have your conversation, knowing how good that doggone chicken is. I just want to get it. Okay, come on. All right, that's nice. Come on. Wrap it up. Wrap it up, you two. No.
Yeah.
Hey, James, also, Kay, you have to mention the desserts. That's also from a
let's end.
And the desserts are divine.
Yes, the desserts that are served at Kay's Kitchen, it's this lady. She is called Cakes by the Pound. Cakes by the Pound, Matoya. And oh my goodness, her pound cakes are to die for. They remind me of my grandma's cakes. They're sweet, but they're so
that's not all I heard. That's not all I heard was good.
They're fantastic.
That's not
and the red velvet.
That's the one. That's the one.
You can get it with nuts or without.
I don't.
I like mine without.
If Deiah loses consciousness over there in her end, this is all Skyping here. Kay, I can't go over and wake her up or anything. If we lose her, we lose her.
Yes. Let's just say this. This past weekend, out of Kay's Kitchen just being open, from my grand opening to my reopening after I put the window in, I thought that was my best day. This past week was my best week ever.
I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that.
Let's just reiterate this. Kay started in a food truck, and all she knew was a pickup window. And when this all happened, and during the pandemic, when people weren't allowed to come in and sit down, you just put a window in the front of your shop. And that's how you got yourself through it.
Yes, and being in this location, people have been coming. That's how I got through it. And they were not happy when I closed, and when I opened back up and they knew it, they showed up and they showed out. They came and support. I couldn't take any more DoorDash, no phone calls. I only could serve the people that were outside, and it was still an hour and 40-minute wait. This past weekend, it was the same thing, except I had all of my supporters, plus all of the new people that wanted to try, and just everyone that just wanted to try. It was just unbelievable. I couldn't even come out and speak to. No one can say they spoke to Kay. That none this week. No.
I didn't. She waved at me from the
Gotta
kitchen.
go. Gotta go. Isn't that great to hear, Deiah?
Well, I tell you, it could not have happened to
Isn't that great?
person.
Isn't that great
so
to hear?
We're so happy for
what a wonderful success story. Thank you for sharing your story with us today, Kay. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you. Give me my address. My address is 11124 North 30th Street.
I know, because I've looked it up already.
My hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 11 until 9, Sundays, 12 until 6. And I'm always closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. But that might change.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me some of your time.
Bye, Kay.
All right.
Love
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
She's just darling.
But you know what? There are so many people like Kay. I can tell you about another one. Arlene Deiah. She runs a coffee shop in New Tampa. It's called Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. She has a coffee shop, and what she did was, during the pandemic, of course, people couldn't come into her shop.
Right.
So she has a beautiful voice. She started doing jazz concerts in her
You told me
parking lot,
about her.
and they are huge
No,
now.
you told me about her.
Huge.
But I'm really happy you recommended bringing Kay on, because what a wonderful success story that is during this time. That's an incredible success story.
There are so many success stories like that. You know, I would love for Tampa just to explore some of these businesses. Again, it's so much culture, and it's fantastic. So I would love, just for Tampa, just a little exploring, go outside your neighborhood and see what else there is to offer.
Oh, you probably, the first couple of months we worked together, you probably darn near went cross-eyed when you heard me talk about the things I liked. I mean, I love
we're sharing restaurants.
I love a lot of Southern food. I always have. Yeah. I mean, of course, anything that sticks to the ribs, I'm down with. But you can't say enough good things about her. But you also mentioned the Black Receipt program. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about that just a little bit before we head out of here?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's a campaign, and the goal is to raise about $5 million just to show Black buying power. So in a limited amount of time, before July 6th, I believe that's the deadline, it's to, try to show a revenue of $5 million. If you go to a Black-owned business, save your receipt, and then upload it to this website, myblackreceipt.com. It'll be combined with, people who've spent money at Black-owned businesses all over the country. And then hopefully it'll total more than $5 million. And this is, it's not a one-time thing. They're hoping to just keep this going. In addition to showing the buying power and showing how powerful these businesses are, it also allows Black businesses to advertise on this website. There's 7,000 Black businesses that you can find on site. So if there's anything that you're looking for, check it out on this directory, and you can find what you're looking for.
myblackreceipt.com.
myblackreceipt.com.
Okay, that's excellent. I think that's a great initiative for everybody to follow. Please subscribe to the Rebound Tampa Bay podcast on Apple and Stitcher. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And know that at ABC Action News, as we continue to rebound here in Tampa Bay, there are steps you can take to find help for your family. Visit abcactionnews.com/rebound. I'm James Tully. Thanks for listening.